What's going on, everyone? Hope you're doing well. It's September 8th. It's time for another mortgage rate update. It's been a minute since I've done one of these, and I know I say that every single time, but rates have really been pretty stable for quite some time now. We've been hovering on a 30-year fixed, conventional loan, even jumbo really, 2 7/8, 3 1/8, somewhere in that range with great credit. This is no guarantee to lend. This is not a rate quote. This is not an approval. I'm just giving you guys an idea of where things are at. So what we're going to do is always, we're going to look at the charts. I want to show you what I think is going to happen over the next few days because we're hitting like a critical point. But all that being said, rates are great. So if you don't want to watch the whole video, just know that rates are absolutely incredible. We've been staying at these low levels for basically a year now. Very long time. So let's jump into the data. Okay, so as always, we're starting off looking at mortgage-backed securities trading. And remember, when things go up, that means good with this chart. It does not mean rates are going up. Up is good. Down is bad. Down means worse interest rates. Up is good, down is worse. So since July 16th, we saw rates get better and better and better, and we hit the best levels around August 3rd. Then after August 3rd, we had a pretty bad week through August 11th. So from August 3rd to August 11th, it's basically 1 week. We saw rates go up, I don't know, 1/8 to 1/4%. Since then, through the month of August, we stayed relatively flat, where it looks like we're trending for the better, which we were. But then in the last few days, we kind of hit a critical point, right? We hit this line of resistance, which you can see why. So these are the patterns I look for, right? So we were in the middle of it, broke below it, touched it, broke below it, got a little nervous. But you can see all these points we were hovering just below that line. And if I go back even further, you can see that played kind of a critical role back here, back here, back here. So that's why that line's there. They draw that in because, things have happened when we've reached that point in the past. So if we go back to the last 3 months, what I'm really following is right here. So this is today. So you can see today rates, the market, this does not mean rates changed today, but mortgage-backed securities got better, they got a little worse, and then they ended kind of dead center in the middle. Now, watch this. If we add in the 25-day moving average, you can see that we've kind of been following it last week and this week on a downward trend. And that means that tomorrow, this should be down here a little bit further. If I build in the 100-day moving average, you can see we broke below it, touched it, ended on it basically, touched it. You can see the pattern, right? So bottom line is we're getting squeezed. When we get squeezed like that, rates have to go one way or the other. Now, I'm not a pessimist, but I think rates are more likely to break below that than have it break above that. If it broke above it, rates would get better because rates have been sitting at these levels for so long. We've seen rates so stable for such a long time. Like to hover around that 3% mark for almost a year, it's never happened before. It's never happened outside of this time. I've been doing this 20 years and I've never seen rates be that stable. Now day to day you'll get a little bit of movement, but not even an eighth in rate each day. It's a little bit of movement. So I think if you're looking at buying a home, don't stress, right? The rate is a means to an end. If you buy your house, let's say that a month from now rates go up to 3.5%. And you're like, oh my gosh, we were just at 3. I'm not buying a house. It's the wrong call. Reason being is if you buy at 3.5% and then rates go up to 4%, how do you feel about your 3.5? Conversely, if you buy at 3.5% and rates go back down to 2.9 or 2.8 or 2.7, you're not stuck with 3.5. You'll just refinance. And if you're working with me, you're going to get a mortgage review every 3 months anyways. So you're always going to know where things are at. So if you're buying a house, we cannot control the interest rates. We have no control on where those go. The house is the goal. The rate, if it goes up, you're happy with what you have. If it goes down, you just refinance. Keep it very simple. I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Leave them in the comments below. Let me know what else you guys want to see. I want to make sure I'm putting out content that is valuable to you and helps you guys understand how the housing market works, how interest rates work, how buying a house works. So let me know how I can help. Thank you guys so much. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.